Oh my goodness. I can't quite believe I'm about to say the following words. But I'm day 9, and this is the final game between Destiny, who's not on Team Root, who's just good old regular Destiny, and StarTales Bomber, the final game Destiny, able to win a hour-long game against Bomber in Game 1. Almost managing to get enough Broodlords up in Game 2, but of course Bomber's mass marine tank aggression style overcame Destiny. And now here we are in the final match of one of the most epic best of threes I have ever had the delight of casting. And this is only week 1 of the GeForce Starcraft II Pro Am. I am delighted to be casting. I'm day 9, by the way. Lol, lol, lol. We do see StarTales Bomber playing under a North American provided account. He's spawning at the south position on Shattered Temple here. And Destiny, who is getting the nice Overlord Scout, is in the ghostly pink up in the left position, looking quite good. Let's see if he's going to end up going for that early spawning pool that we saw him do in previous games. And it looks like, yes, wow. Once again, another 11 pool. So Destiny now continuing to scout with his Overlord. Destiny has come a very, very long way in terms of his overall success in StarCraft 2, originally just being the streamer that was known for the great personality, now putting on some serious results in a lot of his tournament performances. Bomber, of course, no slouch himself, crushing IM MVP 4-2 in the GSL Code Finals. GSL Code A Finals, I guess that's probably the most important part of the phrase code. So we do see that Destiny is now scouting forward with that first drone. He's really leery of a 2-Rax. He's seen both come out of Bomber, has to check that, so he's advancing forward, and he will see 1 barracks. Still doesn't mean that his opponent is definitely not doing some kind of 2-Rax opening, but if he can maybe spot a high SCV count, or if he can maybe spot no gas and a command center SCV starting to move its way out, he can be in good shape. So looks like we are seeing the orbital command pop up for StarTales Bomber. As expected, there's the 1 SCV making its way forward, and oh, will it manage to block? Will it manage to? And oh, it looks like he does manage to get the block off. Destiny saved up a lot of larvae to make sure that that could go down. Now making a drone, will be making an Overlord, following it as he is supply cap. But I'm very intrigued by this ultra-early pool opening. We've seen a lot of early pool openings begin popping out for the Zergy players as of late. There is the supply depot now going down for our good friend StarTales Bomber as he is building a command center. And I will say, it's been a huge shift from a lot of Terran players who ordinarily get the second supply depot first and then the orbital command. But keep in mind, Bomber is the man who loves taking any little early hit he can to have a bigger hit later on. Double gas going down. Again, a little bit of an unusual timing for double gas if you're going to be getting so many barracks so quickly, but we're going to see some brilliant, brilliant timings pop out of this opening from Terran. There's his 3rd barracks going down, and watch the way he's going to be able to get a very fast factory and get a fast stim. So cool. I can't wait. Destiny, in the meantime, been producing nothing but drones, using these Zerglings to get a little bit of scouting, a little bit of space control as he gets his expansion up. Double gas up and running, and as you see, there's the 1 barracks beginning to pull its way back. Doesn't really want to move down the ramp yet. Shattered Temple has these wide spread open second bases, but super easy to defend third bases. Destructible rocks, very, very deeply nestled back in that corner. There's the very fast factory coming up by Bomber. There's the very fast tech lab from the barracks. He's going to end up getting tanks and stim ultra quick. No gas geysers yet from Destiny. A 3rd queen incoming. Very cool play. Completely different styles in both games. I still question that double Spinecrawler play that we saw Destiny do last game, but who am I to judge? He's 1-1 against Bomber, dude. There's the really fast stim going down. We see, oh, boldly moving down the ramp. How many units does he have? He has 3 Marines. The factory will be getting a tech lab shortly. Or will he be going for a really fast starport? Nope, there's the tech lab going down. He's going to have just enough, once again, for fast tank and fast stim. It looks like there's the 4 extractors going down. Spanishiwa style, waiting until he's at 40 food to build all those extractors. There's a spine crawler planted. Zerglings moving out into the middle of the map. No aggression incoming from Destiny. And look at this! Look at this! He has just enough. 125 gas, 100 gas, no problem. Brilliant timing on these 2 refineries. Can't emphasize that enough. Well, I guess I can because I've spent almost the whole game talking about it. There's the double evolution chamber going on. Interestingly, Spanishiwa style is indeed to get the very fast layer, but as we're seeing, having spotted both of those Evo chambers, I'm certain that Bomber is feeling a little bit lost. At the very least, he can expect a big Zergling Infestor swell. Looks like drone production has started to halt for Root Destiny. We see only 39 drones. Wow. Generally, you end up peaking at 55 if you want to be crazy aggressive, but Destiny wants to be crazy aggressive, as he only has 40 drones and is beginning to produce big numbers of Zerglings, and it looks like Bomber might be stepping into a little bit of a trap. There is the Spine Crawler and the Queen, and a lot of Zerglings coming out, and wow, very nice by Bomber. He's going to advance just to the skirting edge of that creep, make sure no more creep tumors can come out, and then pull all the way back home again. More Marines coming out. Ordinarily, you do see a really fast Marine tank with just stim on the Marines. That's the typical push. Looks like Bomber could be gearing up for it. He may, though, very well be waiting for Combat Shield, and he could just use these troops to kill these destructible rocks off for a fast third. In the meantime, it looks like Destiny has plans for a fast third of his own, taking out the destructible rocks at the gold. He's getting a layer. He has the 1-1 upgrades. This is a very delayed layer. He has to be absolutely certain there are no Banshees incoming. We have seen no Spore Crawlers. We've seen nothing. There's the Combat Shield going down. Still just 3 racks. Still, yeah, just 3 racks in almost the most literal sense. Only the factory is the other important structure. There's no engineering bays. There's nothing else too noteworthy going on. Backdoors getting knocked down now by Destiny, and this is incredible. 44 drones. I cannot emphasize enough how few drones this is. And wow, a lot of Marines moving out, trying to line up the Combat Shield timing with when he thinks Zerg will engage. Bomber moving through the center, but does he realize that Destiny has been producing Zerglings almost non-stop for the last long period? And Zerglings still committed to killing off these destructible rocks. Now we're starting to see Bomber begin to advance forward. He needs to really siege soon. Queen getting pulled back. There's the scan, beautifully planted scan, picking off a lot of those creep tumors, and all the Zerglings beginning to come back now for Destiny. Nice spread, almost has Combat Shield done. 20 more game seconds, but it looks like it won't be enough. Zerglings streaming in from both sides, and Destiny's been flooding Zerglings all early. Game has just enough, cleans it up, still has a couple left over, and as the last Marine falls, Combat Shield, 108, 109, 110, done. And how many Marines does he have? Only 4 to help keep himself alive. But keep in mind, the game ain't over yet. Destiny, though in a good position, has this big threat of a fast Terran third. We do see Zerg taking his own third very early, and there once again is that fast Infestor play. We see that the 1-1 upgrades are done, 2-2 also getting constructed. Wild style by Destiny. Delighted to see Zergs really experimenting in this matchup. Typical transitioning going on by Terran, getting the upgrades, getting more missile turrets. Interestingly, this has been a big sink of minerals for Bomber. The amount of missile turrets he's built with no Mutalisks popping up in Game 1 and now here in Game 3 has had a lot of just free-floating minerals in these missile turrets that have not been able to do that much. Destiny now beginning to take his gold, and we're starting to see why he was allowed to cut that many drones early on, why he was willing to stick with just a mere 40, because he was going to take his gold expansion and get a huge surge of minerals, and he might even go for an early 4th. The Suicide Overlord appears to have poked into the main. We see the Suicide Overlord didn't get that much of a good glimpse. That tech lab that used to be devoted to just barracks only, available now for another factory to get added to it. We're seeing Bomber easily was able to catch back up with Destiny, and now is taking himself his own third. But we see the Zergling burrowed, not going to take that bottom right expansion with a burrow. He almost wants the SCVs to get transferred so he can kill it with a counterattack. This whole Zergling is planning for a counterattack. Bomber, in the meantime, moving his medevacs out. Will he begin exploding forward with a huge amount of aggression? This could be a big concern for Destiny. He does have a good amount of Infestors here, but drops can still be very cost-effective, especially if Bomber goes MMA style, which we've seen he's absolutely capable of. Creep spread continuing to advance, just Zerglings and Infestors, and now a Hive popping up. There's the kill. Does Destiny see it? He does see there. It ends up getting taken out. He has Overlords all along the right side. Interestingly, he also has speed. Does he have the Ventral Sacks? It looks like no, he does not. 4th base popping up pretty soon now. And an Orbital Command, it will not be a Planetary Fortress. This bottom right expansion is going to be very vulnerable to counterattacks. And we see Destiny essentially setting that up right now. Bomber trying to sneak into the right side. There's the sensor tower getting planted. We see Zerglings now swinging up. It's going to be a little bit too late. Bomber already has units in plant. There, the refinery's going down. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. He has units in plant. Sometimes we have what we call a caster mishap, where we think of two things at the same time and our mouth just says, say both of them. These units in plant are very hard to defeat. Sensor tower now getting planted. There we go. That was the sentence that popped up 5 sentences too early. Zergling's beginning to gather up at the right side. Infestors, also going to be part of the fun, but these tanks can easily shut that down. This is going to have to be a very brilliant position for Destiny. No. Can't manage to sneak it in. Marines getting produced 8 at a time. Second factory down. Oh, looks like they can get produced 10 at a time. We do see the upgrades central at the bottom left. This can be very vulnerable to drops. We see that this spot is a little wide open. Overlord's continuing to keep an eye on those additional expansions. The top left is done for Destiny. He's continuing to add on lots of units. Spire done. We see the 3-3 upgrades and the adrenal glands for the Zerglings. Will he immediately get the Greater Spire instantly? Doesn't waste a single second. We see the neural parasite going down, and now we're beginning to see a swell of spine crawlers. Where are the spine crawlers? They're getting planted in the main. 3 there, and 4 in the main. A lot of infestors also there for backup. With units as fast as Zerglings and infestors, we've seen Destiny comfortable leaving these units spread out along the map and regather them at the last second to hold the push. Bomber, though, has been completely impenetrable. No units have managed to make their way into this base. He has wall-offs on the right, wall-offs at his own front, utilizing that burrow mechanic for the supply depot, and can now begin to extend forward, take his gold expansion, and make a big push with maxed supply. But it looks like this one drop not going to be enough. We see one medevac trying to sneak in. Whoopsie daisies, he's just going to hide this one at the back left side. And with this number of spine crawlers, it's going to be quite hard for the drop-heavy style that MMA popularized to really do a lot of damage. Uh-oh. Here's the push. Brilliant distracting tactics going on by Startail Bomber. Great job. Oh, no! Loses to a big fungal growth. Destiny just seems to have an answer with this positioning and these infestor plays. There's another drop sneaking on the left side, but the Corruptor is amazingly there. Just in time to be able to pick it off. No, let's morph these into Broodlords. It looks like he has no desire to pick off this one medevac. Meantime, Bomber getting more reactor barracks, getting more tanks up, getting the Ghost Academy, extra command centers, but he still has to deal with these overlords adding creep everywhere. Destiny is in complete control at this point, but does he have enough units to hold off this push? Right now, Startail's Bomber sacked all map control, was unable to deny expansions for a long time, but now is sprinting forward. And the question is it going to be enough? Still has to be careful about all those infestors up on the high ground. Drop going on at the back, and it looks like the Broodlords managed to pop out just in time. 7 Broodlords swinging forward. Bomber realizes the spot he's in. Going to retreat with almost everything. Ventral Sack's going down, but oh, wait a minute. Look at the huge surround going on. The tank siege. Oh, a brilliant fungal growth manages to nab every single unit. Zerglings swarming around, surrounding. There's the scan. The Broodlords advance forward. Suddenly Bomber in an atrocious position. Bomber, who's been in a great spot in so many games, cannot quite seem to get a handle on this Zergling Infestor fast Broodlord play. Destiny now advancing to make his intentions clear. He wants that right expansion, but he has no anti-air. He is now losing all of his Broodlords. We see all the Infestors begin to advance forward. Will he use? Yes, he will again use this very clever Neural Parasite trick, picking off one Viking. Can he get the others? It looks like, oh my goodness, he is going to take it down. Lands the Viking at the last second, and target fires into his own units. Broodlords advancing forward, might be able to take out a tank of their own, and they do. Successfully so. Now more Broodlords beginning to advance farther and farther forward. One lone Viking gets taken out by a key fungal growth from Destiny, and now there's a lot of Marines there at the south position trying to be able to defend appropriately. But there are just too many units swarming out for Destiny. Zerglings and Infestors going all the way back. These Broodlords, more infested Terrans coming in. Tons of Marines. Zerglings overrunning everything. I don't know Bomber can defend this at this point. The tanks are not sieged. More fungal growths going down. The worker line now completely vulnerable. These are 3-3 Zerglings against 2-1 Marines. The upgrades winning Destiny the game. Getting completely and totally overridden. Destiny in a lockdown at the right position. The natural expansion almost completely mined out. Trying to swing forward to these destructible rock gold bases, but The infested Terrans pop up, are now target firing the orbital command. And Bomber, amazingly, is on the verge of losing his first week's game in the GeForce SC2 Pro-Am. You see another nice fungal growth go down. Infested Terrans advance forward. Uh-oh, Infestors can get some huge fungals, and they do! 2 huge fungals. Zerglings obliterate everything. No, and there's the good game. Destiny successfully takes a win against Startail's Bomber with an impressive display of a new school style of Zerg. Strongly anticipate we're going to be seeing a lot more of that in the future. With that, I'm signing out for the moment. I'm Day 9. Go watch more videos of the GeForce SC2 Pro-Am, GeForce.com. See you there.